Good Thursday morning, Healthy Habit Hustlers. Welcome to day 4. I am so excited to be here. I cannot believe we're already on day 4. Where has this week gone? I hope you are really enjoying this. I would love to hear some feedback. Please send me, either you can comment in the chat, some of your biggest takeaways that you've had. You can send me private messages. I would love to hear if you've had any aha moments this week and where that growth has come. Please share that with all of us because I know that some of it's coming in. I've had a few of you who have private messaged me, but we'd love to hear it, love to share where those aha moments have been happening. Yesterday's topic was a tough one. Drama triangle versus empowerment triangle. That's a deep topic. And I know that many of you struggled with it. I had a bunch of people who private messaged me some things that they didn't want to put in the chat, but I have to say, I loved seeing the messages where you guys were working through where you might be in the drama triangle, where you were in the empowerment triangle, where you've pulled yourselves out. So keep working on that, keep processing through that, because that is one that I've been working on that for 6 years. And the more you can do that, the more everything in your life shifts. When you can shift yourself from drama to empowerment, that makes all the difference. Today, we're going on to my next topic, the one that I have been waiting all week to do, that I'm incredibly excited about, and that is the topic of structure. Structure versus chaos. I love structure. I live in structure. But what I want to tell you, because so many people are, say structure. If you have too much structure, that's not good. Too much of anything is not good. So I want to talk about that structure versus chaos and where is the balance. So what is structure? What does structure do for us? Structure gives us stability. Structure gives us a plan of action. Structure gives us simplicity. Notice I said simple. Structure makes things more simple. It does not make it easy. I want to define that the more by putting more structure into your life, because sometimes people think that everything will be so much easier if I just have more structure. That's not the case. Okay. Sometimes it does. It doesn't make it easier. It makes it more simple. Okay. So I want you to remember that if that's where you're feeling like the more structure I put in, the more I time block, the more I prep my food ahead of time, the more I do all those things, then that doesn't make things easier. Okay. It makes this more simple. Over here, you've got chaos. So you've got structure on this side. Over here, you've got chaos. Chaos, complete chaos is crazy. It drives us crazy and it's very hard to live in complete chaos. But there is a role for chaos. We need some of that. Chaos is what gives us growth. Chaos is where we are inspired to change. So when we live in our little structure bubble here, comfort zone, where does our growth happen? When we step outside of that bubble and we allow a little bit of chaos into our lives, because that reminds us of this is where the structure was helping us. That's what helps us line it up. And that balance, that chaos over here gets the creativity going, gets us moving so that we can shift, change, and use our structure. If we lived all in structure, constantly in structure, picture a room with all kinds of support beams. Those support beams would be this far apart if we had that much structure. You couldn't move, you couldn't breathe, you couldn't think. But when they're further apart and you've got some wiggle room to move around, that's where you can grow. And that's what we want to find, that balance. I want to give a quick example of how this has worked, that I see it in my life. So like I said, I am very structure oriented, but I need that movement to do it. But with my son, I want to tell you about my son. So my son is definitely a chaos kid. Okay. He has some ADHD, some executive functioning things, right? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And if I let him be on his own, he'd be all over the place in chaos. We homeschool, but he has times that he needs to be on classes. When there's no structure, he misses his classes. He has no concept of time. He gets attached into listening to his podcasts, or he's building his Legos, or he's playing in the pool, or he's doing whatever he's doing. And there's no concept of time, and he'll miss everything. And chaos rules his life. All creativity. He is super, super duper creative. But he needs structure. So what did we do? When we pulled him out of public school and took away that structure of public school, we had to give him some new structure here. So what did we do? The structure, we built him a calendar, Google Calendar, love Google Calendar, where all of his classes are listed in his Google Calendar. If it's not in his Google Calendar, forget about it. He will miss it. So we put it into his Google Calendar, and every morning he has a routine. He opens up his computer, he turns it on, he looks at his Google Calendar, and he sets his alarms on his Alexa. And so that throughout the day, 5 minutes before, it goes off. And he knows when it goes off. He doesn't have to tell him to remind him for a specific class. He knows exactly what that class is when it goes off because he knows what time it's supposed to be in. But that gives him structure throughout the day to allow for the chaos in between where he's got to get things done. And that balance between the structure and the chaos has made him incredibly productive, and he gets his stuff done. And that's what we need. We need that balance between structure and outside of our comfort zone, outside over here, the little bit of chaos, so that when things get too crazy, we pull back into that structure and we know how to fall back in line with it. Okay. Today's action step. Here's what I want you to do for your action step today. I want you to think about a time in your life when structure helped you fix something. Okay. And share it with us. But next, more importantly, I want you to think about a time when you stepped out of your structure and how you used that little bit of chaos for some growth, but then pulled back in, and share those things with us. Share with us how structure has helped you, how a little bit of chaos has helped you, and how you have found that balance. Okay, let's go. Let's start exploring this. I'd love to hear whatever else you want to share in that chat. Let's explore this topic because this is huge. Structure can be your friend. Structure should be your friend. We should not be scared of structure, but we want the good balance. Go, have a great day. Let's share. I can't wait to see what everybody has to say in the chat. And then I will see you guys back here tomorrow morning for our very last Healthy Habit Hustle video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.